Okay, we're about to pull our head off. Again, real important step. Sometimes it may not come loose real easy. Our plastic hammer, we can just give it a little tap. Obviously, I don't want to hit it up here. I don't want to hit any of my surfaces where I have a gasket or anything like that. Sometimes you just give it a little tap and you can see that it's already coming loose. One thing that we're going to find in here, if I go off very, very carefully, you can see that I have my...
Looks like one came out and one stayed in there, huh? One of these sleeves. So you got these two sleeves here, very, very important.
This is going to help align our head. Okay. We also have our lifters here that are going to run off our cam, and that's what gets pushed on to open up our valves. These cannot get bent, and these need to be labeled intake valve, exhaust valve. They need to go back in the same spot. Okay, so here's my exhaust side. I'm going to carefully take this out. I'm not pulling, I'm being gentle with it. We're going to put this down, we're going to label that exhaust side, and then we're going to label this side intake side. You can see here is our combustion chamber. So this is where our fuel and air is getting burned. You can see our two valves when they're opened. If I'm strong enough here, I can push down on the spring and you can see my valves both open and close. I want to make sure that my mating surfaces where my gaskets go don't get nicked, don't get bruised, I don't drop it. I'm very, very careful with. And then also we're going to find a gasket that I want to salvage. I don't want to break. I'm being gentle like I am with all my parts. I want to take this off. I'm going to leave that with my head bolts. And we have these two alignment sleeves also. I want to be careful not to lose these, not to break these, not to bend them. They need to go back. Our head needs to be positioned back in the exact same spot, and even just a hair off of it, our engine won't have that compression that we need.
So what do I want to call these, Mr. Jerzak?
Our alignment sleeves.
Alignment sleeves
bolts.
for our head bolts.
At this point now, again, we can see our piston is in our sleeve. And again, as I pull on my starter, I can see my piston moving back and forth. Our next step after this, we're going to pull our crankcase cover off, and this is where all the magic's going to happen.